Like I say, I could come on here now and do the worst of the worst. I could say the worst of the worst, so I could do it. But I'm a little bit more humbler than you, and because you're older, I thought you'd be a lot wiser. But I'm not going to do that, Sal, because I think what you did is out of order, and I think you've done that out of rage towards Talia. You thought you'd take it out on me, when, like I said, what did I say wrong about you? Nothing. I just turned around and said, enough's enough, Sal, stop it, because you keep screaming about each other. I said, enough, I don't want it anymore, but you carry on. I'm the one who was trying to keep the peace. I'm the one who's tried to keep the peace. Talia, like I said, guys, Talia's annoyed. She comes from an Italian background, and what she believes in is this. And the Irish do as well. And Sally being Irish, don't forget, Sally being Irish, she does not believe. She believes in family morals and family values. She don't believe if there's a problem to sort between family members, the family members sort it out between themselves. They talk. They don't go on TikTok and start screaming off. Look, my cousin's on here, Luke. If I did like him doing something, me and Luke scream at each other. We have before, but we do it offline. I'm not coming on and screaming about Luke on here. It's just that me. I mean, I love Luke. I love Luke anyway, so I do love Luke. So sorry, babe. Go on.
She's never jumped in a box and said, I'm disappointed in those disgusting things EQ said about your children. I'm disappointed in that voice clip being shared. She's never jumped in a box and defended you ever in her damn life.
Never.
She done it for clout. She done it to build her views. She thought, oh, everyone's on the same page here, and my opinion will shock everyone. So I'm going to go and show off now and say what I think. She is absolutely disrespectful. And I don't care if it's Ricky's auntie or Ricky's next door neighbour. I've got to voice it, because she has always made out, I'm like a mum to you, Ricky. Well, Ricky's mum would have never have done that, and she'd be disgusted with you, and that's a fact.
You did, Craig. I'm not a family, but I contacted you directly. Ricky Sal should have contacted you, mate. So, guys, please, I know, listen, don't call me Sally's an old woman. She said, listen, I don't care. It's about age discrimination. It's about moral correctness and, you know what I mean, and having morals. Okay, like Talia said, Talia's mum, my grandmother, and Sally knows this. They would never come on live and start slating a family member. Look, I'm annoyed with Sally. I'm fucking annoyed, but I am not slating, and I'm not going on about. And I could say a lot about Sal, but I'm not gonna. I'm saying what she did and what she said about me is disgusting. She's never defended me on the app. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. If she don't agree with something, she can phone me up and tell me, Ricky, I don't agree with that. And then she wants to say after in somebody's boxes, she's more than well to do. But if Sally said something wrong on TikTok, because we all say things wrong, and she said things in the past in the wrong, you know, she said a couple of things and she's apologised. They're back. And I've had a private conversation with her. I don't come into people's boxes or fire up alive and say, right, Sal, you're out of order, because age don't come into morals. I don't care if you're 20 or 100. Age, you know, if you know what I mean, morally correct, and you know what I mean, and you've got your faculties, you know what you're doing. Then as far as I'm concerned, that's it. It's about being morally correct. I would never throw a cousin, brother, an auntie, an uncle under the bus. Never do it. I don't give a shit. And especially when the worst of the worst been said, like, let's get it again. Like, let's play it again.
I'm going to have fun with these two now, because I literally am going to be relentless. Oh, yes. We're going to have all the allegations. Talia touches her children. Oh, she does, love.
Sick.
She's moved in grooms there because he interfered with his own daughter.
Do you hear that?
Which is why he's up in court and can't see little Ariana. Isn't that right, Groomster?
No, do you understand what I'm saying?
Why you can't see your own?
So there's loads more. You know what EQ's done over the past. And the only reason I went to EQ's house, if Sally would have called me and said, Ricky, how come you went to EQ's house? I would have told her, listen, Sal, a man turned up the house because the address was doxed online and EQ was behind it. Enough for enough. That man could have hurt the little child. He was only 8. So I had no alternative, because EQ's been speaking about me for 2 years. But you didn't. You went live and started slating me off, and everyone's like, Ricky, how can your auntie do that? Why is your auntie doing that? You know what I mean? It's like me coming off now and slating her or slating my cousin, and I wouldn't do it. I'd never do it. I'd do it directly, or I'd do it on the call. Do you understand what I'm saying? But Tally won't answer the phone. Sons won't answer the phone. She wants to do it on TikTok. I'll get a little bit of clout. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll jump on the black mama. But let me tell you fucking well now, right, what she come out with all this and that. There ain't a man who's going to say anything to me. Never, no matter what anybody says. She don't know my circles. She knows a little bit about me. But what she done going in on me is disgusting. All right. And I should really fight fire with fire. But Sally, if you are watching, I'm not going to do that. But what you did was bang out of order. Bang out of order. If you've got a problem with Talia, you said before, oh, Talia, she's a little bit like me when I was a kid. We're always going, and they do go back and forth. Her and Talia have been back and forth a few times. They've shouted at each other. You should have phoned Talia and had it out with her on the phone, not jump in the box. And you should have asked the reason why I went to EQ's and to Corey's. You shouldn't have come in and made your own thoughts. And if you know me like you say you know me, then you know for a fact that I would have went through the door and I would have had gloves on myself if I did. Okay. It was a cold night, 4.5 hours it took me to get there, right? It was a freezing cold. It was raining outside. That's what it was. It was raining, and that was it, regardless of that. And I drove a long way, all right? It's as simple as that because of what happened. You never asked me that. You just made your own thoughts, innit? I'm not going to be speaking about Sally now. I don't want to say anything more about her. All right, I think she's out of order what she did. And she should have spoke to T herself and had it out between themselves. She shouldn't have said stuff about me. You need girls to fight your battles. What battle, sir? What battle did me and you have, Sally? What battles? I don't agree with some of the stuff you've done, jumping in and gifting these horrible people when there's 8.8 million people on the box. You know what I mean? What is it for? A few views, so we can sell a few books? I don't understand what a benefit you gifting these people. I don't understand it. Because I wouldn't go out there and gift the likes of Factory for the past for you or anybody who's gone against you, Sally. I just wouldn't do it, especially if somebody started speaking about you and your kids. Or, I wouldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. If somebody turned around and said, Sally goes into the bed and touches her own children at night, rah, 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 I could not be gifting them people. I wouldn't want to be their friend. I'd never speak to them again, regardless, because that's disgusting.